summer, killing it out there, making a lot of money, making some new connections. What I want to do today is talk to you about my 200-hour review of this Wright Stander B 52-inch and my impressions after using it part-time for a couple of seasons, pushing it pretty hard, and also some of its shortcomings, things that Wright Manufacturing could address, things that you'll need in order to feel like you've got a successful cut quality going down consistently. So let's take a look at a few things you're going to need. I do like the height of cut adjustment on this mower. I think it's pretty intuitive and easy to use. You're just going to pull the pin, you've got to spin it up. You got to watch the little cable down here, slide it out to whatever you need. I've been mowing on the high side lately here in northern Michigan because we've had a lot of rain and some of my customers' yards get overgrown, so I've been mowing a little bit higher, like closer to 4 inches than 3 right now. We've had a lot of rain, so the lawns keep growing. They're not really having too much problems struggling on their own. So that height of cut adjustment is pretty easy to work with. And then you just drop this down and you're good to go. It's a floating deck, so there's no issues with that. You can see my deck's a little bit dirty right now. I haven't had a chance to clean it yet. So overall, the mower comes with a deck baffle that is not really well set up for northern Michigan. Now this is the one that the Wright Manufacturing company actually sent me for free, which is this northern grass baffle. And this is one of those modifications, adjustments I think is necessary for you if you're considering buying this mower and running it in the north. And I want to talk about that. One thing that I can say is, if you can see, I've got X blades running, and I want to talk about that a little bit more in depth too. But you're going to definitely need one of these jungle gym jacks in order to work with this mower, because there's really no other type of a jack that will lift up this deck, and that's just a fact of life. But these jungle jacks, you can get them for about $350, I think, Amazon and eBay, or you can go right to Jungle Gyms and order one there. I think probably be more money though. It's really easy to use, so let me show you what you're going to do with this jack in order to access under the deck. Is you come up to it, you take this pin out, pull it, drop it down, and then you have to get the jack located just right. You have to come in here, and you can see the metal hook doesn't always like to hook right, but if you get it positioned properly, then it should have no problem lifting up. And then this pedal right here is for putting your foot down to put some heavy weight into jacking the mower up. And quite honestly, I don't believe that you have to be the strongest individual on the planet, because this thing is pretty good at using leverage. So here goes this. It just jacks right up. I'm doing this with one foot right now, so bear that in mind. And then you can access the deck. Now, you'll see a few things that I've had to do, as I do not like how often I have to scrape this deck. It does clog up pretty quickly. But I'm running X blades. Watched a lot of videos on that. I've actually got Ballard blades up top. I got those right from the Ballard company. And I've had, on eBay, I bought a 10-pack of Oregon high lift blades. These are 18-inch blades for the 52-inch deck. And running these on the bottom with these Ballard blades on the top has been very ideal, successful. But this is the northern grass baffle that Wright Manufacturing sent me. The standard baffle is closer to the front of the deck, and the airflow is not really ideal for these northern lawns like turf type, tall fescue, fine fescue. With the standard deck, I think they run these mowers a little bit more further south, and they sell these all over the country. So I think Wright Manufacturing realized that they had to restrict airflow more, so they created this northern grass baffle, and everything is just bolt on with this deck. So all I had to do was just bolt this on, and it really tightens up the airflow, and for the lawns I'm mowing, it has significantly increased cut quality. So you definitely, if you're mowing in northern Michigan, you need one of these grass baffles. And I also think, besides keeping the deck scraped regularly, which I'm about to do in a few minutes, running this X-Blade setup will really give you like a great clean cut. You will have to still probably double cut just to get rid of the clippings, but these ripper blades really make the finest clippings on top here, and you really can't complain about that. So if you're doing your diamond pattern clean second pass, you're still going to need to do that, but you're going to have a cleaner cut than you've had. You're going to be much happier with the quality of the cut. It's been really, really nice. The other modification is these mowers, in my opinion, don't put down a significant stripe from the factory. It's a dull stripe coming out of the factory, so you definitely want to get this striping kit. For this Stander B, it does not come with a striping kit from the factory, and you just bolt it on. But when you bolt it on, you need to put it down to its lowest setting. You got to put it down at like the second set of, you can see these holes right here, those are the screw through holes. You got to make sure that that happens for you, and then it puts down a nice stripe because it's really getting a good run across the yard with that. So that's really like the things going on underneath the deck. Also, you definitely, as with any commercial mower, you're going to need to install a grass flap. This is a pedal driven grass flap. It was a little bit challenging to route the cable on this mower. I had to route the cable right over the, you can see right over the pulleys, but I actually was able to zip tie it. You can see where I zip tied it so that it's not, it actually keeps it up over the pulleys no problem. You'd be surprised. I haven't had any issues with it. So that's another thing that you're going to want to make sure that you do, is get that grass flap on. You can see the pedal here. You just bolt it down onto these star holes in the deck. This was the only position that I found to be very useful for me. They've got this screw off plate. I'm not going to take it off right now because this mower's jacked up, but that's how you access this to route the cable through. You definitely got to have that. Since I'm back here, one thing I do like are these wheelie wheels. Actually, these things have saved my hide a couple of times because I was mowing a yard and my mower started to tip back, and these wheelies kept the mower from flopping over itself. So I have to say that they've really designed these well. So there's no complaints on that. The silly battery tops keep coming off, like these no-coat cases. I don't even care anymore. I don't want to deal with it anymore. If I keep the mower in from the rain and just put the battery on a trickle charger in the winter up here in northern Michigan, I don't really have any problems with keeping this off. If I've got a little grass or something, and I just blow it out. The tops just don't like to stay on. It's a hassle getting them to stay down, so I just got kind of fed up with that. It's just an annoyance. And so really, you got to have the grass flap. You need to have that kit for the striper, and you need that northern grass baffle. And if you get those things going, then the next step to make sure you maximize your cut quality is to really check the belt tension, because this is the belt tensioner right here. Okay, and it sets up back here. And my mower was really, I had a lot of flop in my deck coming from the factory. So I think that Wright Manufacturing did not tighten this belt tensioner enough, and so I didn't really realize what was going on until my second season with this mower. And I went and just twisted this clockwise to tighten the belt, and now, especially running those X-Blades, I'm going to start that mower low on the throttle when I engage the PTO. But with that, I don't get that flop, and even with the, the additional weight of the X-Blades down there, it does really kick in pretty good. But you definitely got to make sure that from the factory you check the belt tension on that. Adjusting the height of the deck is pretty easy. I am running 14 psi. They recommend running 12 psi, but I found this to be the best pressure for me. I'm a little bit heavier, and so adjusting the deck, all you're really doing is manipulating these screws here, and this is the back one. You want to make sure that you've got good deck rate. I'm running about like 1/8 of an inch, and so I'm getting pretty good cut results with that. Striping a little bit cleaner, and I get less stragglers because I was struggling with stragglers unusually for a while, so that also impelled me to want to make some of these modifications to the deck. But the modifications are now working extremely well, and I'm getting the cut quality I used to get off of an Exmark at least. So you know, it's been pretty nice. The deck belts you can easily access in here. You can see how these come off, and it's very easy to get to those belts, so that's not a big deal. I haven't changed the dry belt yet. I think I'm probably going to be doing that fairly soon because I can see that the inside of the belt's starting to get a little bit charred up. But I think it's doing all right so far. This is a really low maintenance mower. There isn't really anything that you have to do. There's no zerks you have to grease or anything like that. So they really did a good job of designing it low maintenance, which is good because you're always in a hurry, right? So, and you know, that affects your profitability once you add the hours that you're spending doing mower maintenance. It's not helpful.